All right, let's get right to it. Over the next few minutes, we're doing a high-stakes technical review of the top AI models as of April 2026. If you're a developer, you know that choosing the right tool is absolutely everything. This is your guide to getting it right.
So let me ask you something. You're on a massive project, the pressure is on, and you need to solve a really complex coding problem or maybe create some incredible marketing visuals. A super common mistake is just assuming that, any AI will do. But that one little assumption, it can lead to so much wasted time, money, and a huge missed opportunity.
Because here's the deal, choosing the wrong AI means your competitor, who chose the right one, could blow right past you. So we want you to think of this as your official study guide. We're going to give you the clear comparisons, the real-world examples, and the strategies you need to make the smart choice and just absolutely skyrocket your productivity.
Okay, let's start with the basics, your core AI toolkit. Honestly, the best way to think about these 5 models is like your essential kitchen tools, right? You've got your chef's knife, your blender, your oven. Each one is built for a specific job, and knowing which one to grab is the whole game.
First up, ChatGPT. This is the Swiss Army knife in your toolkit. It's fantastic for general conversation, it's really solid for coding, and it's a pretty darn capable image creator. It's that reliable all-rounder you can always count on.
Next, we've got Gemini, which is Google's absolute powerhouse. Its biggest claims to fame are its deep integration with the whole Google ecosystem and its insane 2 million token context window. To put that into perspective, that means it can analyze a gigantic amount of text. We're talking an entire codebase or a whole library of research in just one go.
And then there's Grok. This is your hotline to what's happening right now. It pulls in real-time knowledge straight from the web, and it has a more, let's say, unfiltered personality. That makes it amazing for creative tasks where you need a unique, modern edge. Now meet Claude, the high IQ model from Anthropic. Its whole reputation is built on giving these incredibly thoughtful, detailed, and carefully reasoned answers. That makes it a monster for deep analysis and tackling really complex problems. And finally, we have Perplexity. Now, this one's a little different. It's not just a chatbot, it's an AI-powered search engine. And its killer feature, it actually gives you sources and citations for its answers, which makes it absolutely essential for any kind of research or fact-checking. Okay, so now that you know the players, let's dive into our first advanced module, high-skill coding and debugging. For any developer out there, this is where these tools can really, truly change the game. You know, a lot of people just assume all AIs are pretty much the same when it comes to coding. Well, that is a total myth. As of April 2026, Claude 4 has this killer feature called artifacts that gives it a huge edge. Basically, it creates a live preview window right there in the interface. So it's rendering your code like a React component or a website design in real time as you're writing it. It is a genuine game changer for development and debugging.
So the takeaway here is super clear. For high-skilled debugging, Claude 4 is just unbeatable right now. I mean, imagine getting a live preview of your app, fixing errors the second they appear, and even getting ideas for your project's architecture, all happening in real time. But on the other hand, as you can see, ChatGPT, especially with its Canvas feature, is still the king when you need to jump around and edit code across a bunch of different files at once.
All right, let's switch gears a bit from pure code. These same tools are becoming absolute beasts for business strategy, for marketing, and for all kinds of high-level creative work. Let's look at some practical applications. In marketing, for example, Gemini 2.0 is the new go-to for generating those brand-perfect, realistic lifestyle images for your social media campaigns. For business reports, its integration with Google Docs and Sheets means you can create a full, detailed analysis in literally minutes. Now, if you're working on projects that are a bit more artistic or edgy, Grok's image model can give you these hyper-realistic, uncensored results. And for strategy, it can pull your competitors' tweets in real time to keep you a step ahead. Okay, let's talk about the secret sauce that unlocks the true power of all these models. Mastering advanced prompting, how you talk to the AI, is what separates the beginner results from the truly expert-level output, especially for something like business strategy. Look, the most common mistake is a super generic prompt like make a strategy. To get those genius-level results, you have to be specific. You need to give the AI a role, provide step-by-step context, set clear constraints like your budget and target audience, and define the exact format you want the answer in. This is how you unlock that deep, multi-layered reasoning. All right, we've covered the tools, we've talked about the techniques. Now it's time for the final exam score sheet. Let's look at the hard numbers based on the very latest high-skill benchmarks from April 2026.
These scores are pulled together from all the latest benchmarks, from real user tests and expert reviews, all to give you the clearest possible picture of who wins and where. Okay, here it is, the scorecard. For deep problem solving, you can see Claude 4 takes a slight lead with a 9.7. But look how close ChatGPT is at 9.4. It's still a major contender. When it comes to image generation, though, Gemini 2.0 is the clear winner at 9.6, way ahead of the others. And in our most critical category for you developers, coding and debugging, Claude 4 absolutely dominates with a massive 9.8. This chart really puts Claude's lead in the coding world into perspective. That 9.8 score isn't just a number. It translates into a real-world advantage in accuracy and speed, especially because of those powerful live debugging features we talked about. And when it comes to creating high-skilled images, Gemini is just the undisputed champ right now. Its blend of quality, speed, and that deep integration makes it the #1 choice for most marketing and business visuals, period. So after all this data, what's the ultimate takeaway? Well, the winning strategy isn't about picking just one AI and sticking with it. It's about integrating them all into a single, hyper-productive workflow to totally maximize your output. And here is that exact workflow. You start your projects using Perplexity for rock-solid, verifiable research. Then you move over to Claude for the deep thinking and the strategy. After that, you use Grok for real-time data and those creative, out-of-the-box ideas. Then you generate all your visuals and reports with Gemini, and finally, you use ChatGPT to assemble, refine, and polish the final product. This is how you leverage the absolute best of every single tool. By understanding that one AI just can't do it all, and by actually putting this multi-model approach into practice, you now have the master strategy. And this isn't just about working a little bit faster. We're talking about scaling your entire operation and achieving a level of output that was honestly impossible before. So, that's where we'll leave it. You've got the guide, you've got the master's strategy. The only question left is, what ambitious 10x project are you going to build first? Thanks for tuning in.